Hello everyone, I'm Ahmet Tuğaç. Today's guest is Malaz Usta. He is a director of the A Year in Exile. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. The film is nominee of the best film in the Uşak Film Festival. Hello Malaz, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Fine, me too, thank you. I think you are in Erasmus in Holland, Netherlands, sorry.
Yeah.
Right? And you're still student in Marmara University.
Yeah, I'm in my final year. Yeah.
Okay. Could you introduce yourself in a few sentences? Then I will ask my question about your film.
Yeah, I am Malaz. I am from Syria, and I live in Turkey. I am a student of Marmara University. I study radio, television, and cinema, and I study also a double major in film design. And I'm the director of the film A Year in Exile. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. My first question is your starting point. In general, I do not interest the starting point of the director because it's never it's nothing, I think, but your film looks a diary actually, but you choose take picture rather than writing diary. When did you find this idea? It could be a movie. It's a diary movie.
Yeah. It was like 2016 when I first came to Turkey, and I was in a new environment, in a new culture. Everything I heard was Turkish. I didn't speak the language. Of course, I have no knowledge of Turkish, and it was kind of a shock to me, and I was very confused, and I didn't know how to communicate with the people. I was a little bit isolated, and yeah, the camera was like, my idea was to document these moments and that I'm living, to show these feelings, these emotions that I'm feeling. And the camera was like the best tool that I had. It was the only way to communicate with the people, is to see them through the lens. And that was my idea, to just shoot every day for a whole year, for my first year of being out of my own country. And that was the main idea. Yeah, it was like a daily video diary, basically. Yeah.
And then I want to ask how we separate a documentary from a multimedia video, because I think, if do we need a separation to both artistic telling the story? Because I want to ask this question. In this time, the border between artistic storytelling and making videos are getting wiped, and do we need any separation from the artistic telling or the other multimedia thing? Am I clear?
I don't think there is a separation necessarily. You can call anything that is a video can be called a film. It's just a case of what is it saying? What is this video or this film saying? Is it telling a story, or is it just purely an aesthetic thing, or is it purely an artistic thing? Is it showing emotions? Is it touching somebody in any way? This is the question that you may answer, but not necessarily. It's not very important to just categorize things, just this is a film or this is not a film. It's not the case, in my opinion.
Because this blurring thing, the part of the film, in the part of the April, you say Turkey and Alman is a secular country or is an Islamic country, both
Yeah.
or and neither. And we find the path, find this separation or not separating in your movie actually, because not because then your movie feel free when we create our story or we recreate your story, the edit. Do you think the documentary is more various way to telling story than fiction?
Maybe. I wouldn't say it's more various. It's more free. Maybe it follows less rules. Anything could be a documentary. It doesn't follow any staging rules. It doesn't need specific lighting, specific techniques. You can make a documentary with anything, with just a phone camera or 32 millimeter camera, anything. You can use any tool you want, and it's very forgiving. I would say documentary is very forgiving. Like you can see the biggest documentaries in the world, and they could be made with the cheapest tools, and they could cost the least budgets. So it's not a matter of what tool you use. It's a matter of what do you want to say, and it is a very good way to start, I would say, documentary, because you can start by your own, like I did. I just started by myself. I didn't need any of course I needed much assistance, but I managed to get away without it. So I would say documentary is a good starting point, and if you feel that you enjoy it, then I'd say that keep going with it. But if you feel you want to try something like fiction or more written things, like more things that are based on screenplay and stage, and that need a crew, then I say you need more production, and you need more money. So
and I think in Turkey the documentary has a conventional perception. The many audience expect documentary films tell the truth with exact information. And I know your festival journey. I know something about your festival journey. It has screened on Jihlava and Malazs. I want to concern how is the response from the European audience, especially Jihlava, because the festival is maybe the most important, or one of the most important documentary film festival in Europe. And right now you're in Erasmus, and do you wanna tell something between the audience response in your movie, because it's the many various perception, I think.
Specifically in Jihlava, there was nobody was surprised by the aesthetics of the film. It was very common there because it's very experimental film festival.
Mm-hmm.
So many films were very different and very unconventional. Not many, all of the films were so different, like something you would never expect from a documentary was shown there. But the response in Europe was mainly towards the content, and they were very interested in in a Syrian immigrant living in Turkey. They wanted to know more about this, and for them it was very true what I was saying. And it was very the thing that interested them the most, that the filmmaker is the subject of the film. So the film, the one who is making the film is actually the immigrant. Nobody's speaking for them. Mm-hmm. So generally speaking, most of the films that are made about immigrants are made by non-immigrants or people who are, just living their lives normally. And it's kind of it gives more authenticity when the filmmaker is the immigrant. So that interested them the most, I'd say. And they were not, like in Turkey, it was very different. It is very different way of film making. They were shocked by the fact that this is a documentary. It's even they have big time hard time categorizing the film. Some festivals categorized it in Turkey as a fiction film, some festivals categorize it as experimental, and some festivals categorize it as a documentary. But in Europe, that's not the case. It's not a problem of categorizing. It's always they look at the content of the film. Yeah.
And from here, I want to talk about your nomination in this festival, because A Year in Exile is the only documentary film that Best Film nomination. How it feels actually, because you are only one person in this making movie, and the other nomination is a big crew, as you said. How it feels actually?
It feels very overwhelming, I would say, because I look at the other films, and in my opinion, they are very professional. Like I saw The Criminals, for example. It's an amazing film, and I saw many of the films that are nominated in Turkey, and they have like this huge credit with hundreds of names that are working on them, and my film is like Malaz. It's like it's very humble, but yeah. and this feels really like it feels really good, but it also feels that I am scared of what is next, like what am I supposed to do next? I can't just keep going on my own. I have to be a part of a crew as the other films if I want to continue. And yeah, but it's really nice that it's my first short film, and it has this attention, and especially in Turkey, because there is a big message behind the film. And it's really important that Turkish people, they see the other side of the Syrians. They don't just see the side of that the media is showing. Syrians are not the poor people. They are not the people who are money beggars. They are also artists, and they are part of the society. So it's really important for this film to be shown, especially in Turkey, in my opinion.
Yes, you're absolutely right, and your offer maybe many other options, many other opportunity for to communicate each other.
Yes.
As in your as in your said in the movie, you turn in myself, like this quote. I'm not actually the exact quote is right is, but it's really important. We should communicate each other. But I want to ask last question. Why did you choose the timeline in a year? Is it really important? A year, I think it's important, but I want to listen from you. What's the difference of the year, a year, a month, a season? Is it change anything to migration in exile, or the time always stuck in exile? Am I clear? Am I try to
Yes.
explain in a different way, maybe? But I want to listen your opinion.
Can you just say the question again? Just
why did you choose a year of the timeline? Why a day? Why not a day or year? Sorry, a month, a season. Why a year? Exact a year, only 12 months.
Oh, because this was basically my idea to just shoot every day of a year. Mm-hmm. It's not something that I chose. That I decided after. It's something that I decided before just starting. I just said to myself that I want to keep shooting every day for a year. Mm-hmm. And this is why I chose a year. Looking at afterwards, no, exile does not finish. You're always in exile. So even in 2 years, in 10 years, I'm still an immigrant. And not only me, in my opinion, in Istanbul, even Turkish people are immigrants. Like Turkish people, they feel themselves, they are isolated, they are in exile. They feel they don't belong to this place. What is this place? It's a mixture of cultures. And it is because, in my opinion, it is because of the alienation that we feel in this time, the all capitalist system that make us just think about working and not communicating with each other. We are just following the money. That's it. And yeah, so I can say 10 years in exile, 20 years exile, but I can't keep shooting every day for all my life. Yeah.
And you need to tell the maybe different story. You need to tell the different way of the exile, maybe, because we want to see. Actually, I want to see your new film, new movies, new telling stories. Please keep going to make diary or make a film, make short movie, make documentary, whatever you want. But I want to keep listening and keep seeing, watching your movie. And
thank you.
Thank you, Malaz, for the participation of our Q&A session. Do you have any closing words or something to mention about your movie?
No, I just want to thank Uşak Film Festival. It's a really interesting way of of a festival. I really like the production and the selection of the films. I like the international and the national selection, and I wish to be in a physical festival, of course, maybe next year, I don't know. But thank you so much to your to hosting the festival.
Thank you for your comments and those words. And it's done.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.